Alright everybody, what's going on? It's TUESDAYYY Media coming at you with another video, and it's time to bring on that boxing. Today we're going to be talking about Ryan Garcia. Specifically, he had a Zoom interview about, it was a presser for his fight with Javier Fortuna coming up at July 16th, I believe, at the Staples Center, or now named, Crypto Arena, whatever. Still the Staples Center. It'll always be the Staples Center. Kobe Bryant, RIP. He was asked about Gervonta Davis, as he always is. People always say, why is Ryan Garcia always talking about Gervonta Davis? Because Ryan Garcia has made it clear that Gervonta Davis is the ultimate goal. He wants to be Gervonta Davis more than he wants to be anybody else in the lightweight division. It's one of his most difficult fights that he could possibly take, if not the most difficult fight. And if reporters understand that this is where this kid ultimately wants to go, they're going to want to know more. So that's why he's always asked many questions about Gervonta Davis, but specifically he was asked about why he wants the fight so bad, and he basically said, I'm not desperate for the fight. I just think that we're two of the top welterweights in the world. I mean, lightweights. We're two of the top lightweights in the world, and I feel like aside from me, he's the most talented, and in terms of timing, counter punching, and skill level overall is what Ryan Garcia was basically saying. And then so he's saying he wasn't desperate for the fight, but if he really wants that fight just because he feels like it's just one of those fights where the best are versing the best. But he basically said that he would destroy Gervonta Davis if they were to match up. He understands that a lot of people don't believe in him. They don't believe in his preparation. They don't believe in his heart. They don't believe in his actual boxing ability and talent. They think he's just an Instagram boxer. They think he's just a good-looking kid who should just stay on Instagram and post videos all day. But at the end of the day, this kid can hit. This kid can crack. And if he catches Gervonta Davis, if Gervonta comes in overconfident, who knows what could happen. I still favor Gervonta Davis in this fight just because he's been in there. He's been so active in comparison to Ryan Garcia. With Ryan Garcia, it's been a little bit of, and I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm not saying he should stop talking trash, because I personally think talking trash and selling fights is good for boxing. I'm just saying that if he really wants to make these fights happen, he has to get more active. He has to put on sensational performances where people will be like, hey, maybe Ting better watch out for this guy, because right now no one's really impressed with Ryan Garcia, especially after that performance against Emmanuel Tego. Obviously, that Tego was on more the defensive side, and he was moving around a lot. It didn't really seem like he was there to win the fight. It seemed more like he was just there to survive and not get knocked out, which is hard. It's hard for anybody. It's hard for Mike Tyson to get into to knock out a guy who's been running around. But I'm not comparing Ryan Garcia to Mike Tyson by any means. Ryan definitely still has a lot to prove in his career, and I think he's a talented kid, and I certainly hope that he lives up to everything he's saying. I hope the fight gets made against Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis just came off the win against Rolly Romero. That big counter punch shot knocked Romero into the ropes, and it was over from that. His legs were gone. It was a great stoppage win. He sold out the Barclays Center. Everyone was in attendance. All the biggest boxing names: Sean Porter, Earl Spence, Danny Garcia, Ryan Garcia. They were all at this fight. We don't see Gervonta Davis going to other people's fights, but everybody came to see him. So that's something to take note of. Gervonta is one of the biggest stars in the sport of boxing, if not the biggest star. Ryan Garcia has a huge social media presence, so for this fight to get made, it would be big for boxing. And I'm definitely sure that anybody who even knows about the sport of boxing or someone knows about it would tune into that fight, just because these guys are such big names. Even out of the sport of boxing, people have heard of Gervonta Davis just because they know he has a heck of a punch, and that everybody knows Ryan Garcia because he's popular on Instagram, and he's a knockout artist. So you got knockout artist versus knockout artist, puncher versus puncher, and they don't seem to like each other very much. So at the end of Gervonta Davis's last fight at the Barclays Center, when he knocked out Romero, he said, "You're next to Ryan Garcia," or that's what Ryan Garcia is saying. So let's see if Ryan Garcia is able to take care of business on July 16th against Javier Fortuna. Hopefully we get that fight and see what's really up with these guys, and who's the better fighter, who's the better man. We'll see. But that's a fight that the world's waiting to see, and hopefully we get it. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Click the like button. Comment what you think about this fight. Will it happen? Will it not happen? Who you have winning? As of now, I would lean more towards Tank, but you can't rule out a guy who's much taller and has the greater reach in Ryan Garcia and has just as much power, maybe even more. But yeah, thank you guys for the constant support, and I'll see you guys soon. Expect more uploads. I'm really active right now, trying to stay consistent. Actually, I'm not trying. I am staying consistent because this YouTube grind is like something that I really care about, and I want to stay consistent. It's kind of keeping me in a good place mentally and physically. So once again, thank you guys for the constant support, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.